Match day for England. The Lionesses have won their last 2 games, having lost the opener in the group game against France. Their boss Stina Wiegman spoke to talkSPORT yesterday ahead of the game, and she said that she's wary of the threat that Sweden carry.
Well, I think they're really together. It's a powerful team. They always have a very clear tactical plan, and they execute that always very good. And they have some threats up front, of course, and with the counter-attack, but also when they want to go in behind. And they have some height too in the team.
Imagine Stina Wiegman went, and they have some good meatballs.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
So come on, tell me about the Sweden centre forward.
Stina Blackstenius.
Right.
Arsenal.
Yeah, how
striker.
good?
Very good.
So look, the Lionesses know plenty about her.
Oh, Leah Williamson,
teammates,
Beth Mead, Chloe Kelly, Alessia Russo.
Like, what sort of striker is she?
Big handful, works her absolute backside off. An honest player, can be offside a lot of the time. Some might say born offside.
So constantly sort of
always
looking for the ball in behind.
Yes, exactly. And she does. She runs her tail off as well. In fact, somebody who can tell us more about her is our reporter out at Switzerland just now, Courtney Sweetman-Kirk. Was that a fair analysis, Courtney, of Stina Blackstenius?
Yeah, it is. You've done my job for me, so it's time for me to go home, yeah?
Stay with us. Have you had any meatballs?
No, it is a... Yeah, I'll go and get some meatballs and then I'll be sound. But no, I think it's a very fair assessment. The way that she runs in behind, she's a handful in terms of, in 2 ways actually, because she's obviously her stature's big, which is, in terms of set pieces, we mentioned that for Sweden, but she is a nuisance in terms of the way that she will run teams down out of possession as well. She makes it really difficult, but she's that constant threat as well in behind, and Sweden have massively played to her strengths to that on the counter-attack. But it's not just Blackstenius, is it? Johanna Rytting-Kaneryd, 2 player of the match performances so far in the group, and she's got bags of pace. You've got Natalie Bjorn for me, who's had a fantastic season at Chelsea. Aslani, that we know, a wonderful footballer and still so gifted. Yes, she's at the back end of her career, let's say, but she's that type of player that's got so much quality. If she loses a bit of pace or physicality, it doesn't really matter, because almost like a Pirlo back in the day, she's always got that half a yard because she's so intelligent. So this is going to be a real tough one tonight.
Yeah. Courtney, tell us tactically from England's point of view, because of Blackstenius, because of that threat. So do you see them dropping that little bit deeper, or do you think they'll just worry about their own game, squeeze, get up to that halfway line and start pressing the Swedes in their own half? What do you think?
I think they will stick to their game plan. I think that's been the constant reminder throughout the tournament. After the France game, it was we didn't execute our game plan well enough. That was very, very clear from Sarina Wiegman and the players. And then, going forward, it's been about them. I think that could be quite dangerous, because if we don't execute our game plan well enough, that very much leaves us open at the back. So I think there's got to be that, that mixture between us. But I think especially in the France game, where we had 2 fullbacks really going forward and getting exploited, I think when you play Alex on the left-hand side, Alex Greenwood, I think she naturally wants to stay back because she's a centre-back anyway. So even if Lucy Bronze does go on that right-hand side, you can almost bring everyone round into sort of a back 3, as it were, in possession. So I think already that little change in that tactical tweak maybe nullifies the threats that Sweden have.
Courtney, you were talking about Aslani there, who plays for the London City Lionesses, who've just been now promoted to the WSL. She did a press conference yesterday and spoke about how underestimated and how underrated Sweden have been coming into this tournament. I did it myself, Courtney, until they beat Germany. Why did we not consider Sweden as favourites for this competition? They're just behind England in the world rankings. It's weird they've flown under the radar. They've not been beaten in over a year.
Yeah, and I think maybe we look at it a little bit more historically and thinking they've never really gone all the way. They've never gone and won it. To my recollection, I could be wrong, but I don't think they've made a final. It's normally semi-finals. So I think maybe that's the reason why, Spain and England have been the favourites in that sense. But, going back to that, they still always progress through the latter stage of tournament. They're always there and abouts. And I think, they've had a fantastic qualifying, as you say. They've not lost in a very long time. I think there was 2 Nations Leagues with England as well that they've drawn. So look, they're a team that are banging form. So we're going to have to be at full tilt tonight, the Lionesses, to beat them. There's no doubt about that.
How's Lauren James, by the way? Have you seen her in camp? Because she's just got everyone again. I mean, back here in this country, everybody, as we do, talk about Lauren James as if like she's just burst onto the scene. This is what she does, and she's just unbelievably good, isn't she?
Oh, she's such an unbelievably gifted footballer. For me, she's got to be a future Ballon d'Or winner. The way that she strikes the ball, her technical ability with both feet, she really is on a different level, and she always gives England something, I always say, a bit different that no one else has got in that team. That little bit of magic. She's a little bit of a maverick in that sense, because she's got something very, very special, and it's almost, you just let Lauren James do what Lauren James does, whether it be out on the right or the left, and the way she likes to drift in to central spaces and take the shot on. I think, yeah, she's been in good spirit, and I think for years gone by as well, she's maybe been a bit nervous of the press, but I think more so we're seeing a little bit more of her personality. I remember after the game where she got the sort of shyness, she was, laughing, saying this is why I don't go up for headers. So I think obviously as she goes on and sort of more comfortable in the spotlight, we're seeing a little bit more from her personality too.
What's your prediction tonight, Courtney?
Sweden!
It's going to be a real tough one. I think it's going to go to extra time. I will say that. There'll be a goal in it. Obviously, my heart goes for the Lionesses. It'll be really close. I think maybe 2-1 to Lionesses in extra time.
Wow.
Good stuff. Okay, Courtney Sweetman-Kirk,
Nice
thank you
Courtney.
very much for being with us. Good luck tonight. I hope it's the result that you're looking for. Hopefully you'll be back on with us tomorrow on talkSPORT with very, very good news about the Lionesses. Do you know what, Andy? I think they're going to be fine tonight.
You think so? Yeah.
Sweden are a very good side, but I just think the Lionesses are kind of on one since that first game against
since
France.
that wobble in the first game, they've improved with each game. Now, obviously, the pressure ramps up, and you're getting into that. Also, you're just getting into that point of the tournament where I'm sure the Lionesses will start to fancy their chances of maybe going the distance.
I could see 3-1, 4-1 tonight for the Lionesses, but don't at me if I'm wrong.